you need to watch your use of social media, and you need to improve it and make sure not only do you put up content that is beneficial for you and others, but you interact with content that is beneficial for you as well. A good comment will help. Sometimes you have the like will help. I know that some of these platforms, when you spend a little bit of time, more than a few seconds on something, it actually clicks it for you. The algorithm, it will show you more of this because you spent a moment. And the sooner you flick it, the more it knows that you're not really interested in that. So wallahi, what is the equivalent of lowering your gaze? What is the equivalent of lowering your gaze when it comes to your phone? Do you know what it is? Flick it immediately. That's the equivalent. If I am, for example, walking and I see something, and I know that Islam teaches me that when you see something like this, just lower your gaze and keep it moving. What do? Well, different people react differently, but primarily you look down and you just keep it moving, right? Some people say Astaghfirullah and they keep it moving. Some people say La ilaha illallah and they keep it moving. Some people say Subhanallah and they keep it moving, right? And some people say MashaAllah Tabarakallah and they keep it moving. And some of the guys, like I always say, the intelligent ones, they say Insha'Allah and they keep it moving, right? Either way, if we get a little bit more serious, you're supposed to look down and keep it going. The same applies, wallahi, online when you see something that you know you're not supposed to be interacting with. Just keep it going. You can say any dhikr you want from those adhkar we said right now, and you can move it. Just keep it going. The minute you spend a little bit more with it, subhanallah, what happens? Wallahi, it will keep coming back. And then what happens? Naturally, in real life, when you're out on the street and you're out at work or you're out at school or you're going somewhere, you are going to see certain things. And when you see certain things, you need to understand what the Quran says about a believer and how he treads, how he walks on earth. You know, a believer walks with a beautiful aura, and in a very polite way, really amazing. Someone who is pleasant but at the same time serious. It's an amazing balance. So you walk on earth with humility, and yet you are a focused, strong person. Allah Almighty is telling you that. Now, if you were to go out your day-to-day life and you're used to using your phone in the wrong way, what's going to happen? You're going to be living the same life in reality that you saw there. You see someone and you start, you know, the same comments, the same things. And wallahi, my brothers, my sisters, even the way we speak sometimes is determined by what we watch. A lot of it. And I have to talk about it simply because today the strongest company and companion you have is, in the case of most of us, is your phone. We interact with the phone more than we interact with any other human being, including our own spouses sometimes. So many complaints of people. There was a sister who said, you know, my husband comes from work and he's on his phone. He speaks to me perhaps for a few minutes in the day. He's on his phone and he just doesn't get off the phone. He brings it to the table, he takes it to the toilet, and he does everything, just his phone. And I told her, I said, sister, have you tried talking to him, telling him, look, it's too much, you know, you're on your phone all along. And she says, he can't hear me, he doesn't hear me. Unless I make some content and, you know, come onto his phone, he might see me on the phone, but he's not going to see me in real life. So she decides, some time later, she contacted me and said, you know what, we had a big problem. I said, why? She said, because I decided to do the same thing. And so I was on my phone all the time and he's on his phone. When he came home, I didn't even respond. And then when he started saying, why are you on your phone all the time? I told him, all along you've been on your phone and you expected me to ignore it. I'm on my phone just now because I want to prove something to you, and here you are exploding. Don't you understand? But this is a reality. Anyway, their problem was solved after some time where they reached an agreement. But in many cases, we're not even married. And sometimes we don't have responsibility to the degree where someone's going to tell it to us. Remember to control yourself. If